Yes, raise your hands really high. Okay, great. And the newbies? Yay, newbies. Okay, thank you so much. So I'm going to do my best to project my voice. Usually I like to walk around, but if you got the nasty cough that's been going around, I had it 2 weeks ago and it's still lingering, so I'll do my best to speak as loud as I can. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Michelle Lopez. I'm the Assistant Dean in the Division of Undergraduate Studies. You all know where the President statue is? Yes? So my office is right behind the President statue. So I can actually hear you guys giving your tours when I leave my window open. So please call me Michelle, and I now report to Associate Vice President of Student Achievement. And we have some exciting things going on. So undergraduate studies. So the Division of Undergraduate Studies is really interesting because we're not a college, right? But we have the Weber's Honors College that's housed in our division, which is quite confusing for a lot of students and a lot of faculty and staff. Raise your hand if you're in the Weber's Honors College. Great, great. So we do everything from pre-college outreach to faculty engagement, a lot of student engagement, and we only have 2 major codes, so I'll go through that. But basically, and I will give Frankie a copy of these slides, but overall, we're basically engaging the student population, undergraduates, in what we call high impact practices. Raise your hand if you know what, if you could give an example of a high impact activity. Yeah.
Study abroad.
Study abroad.
Internships.
Internships.
Student organization involvement.
Leadership in student orgs or other. Anything else?
Research.
Research, undergraduate research, great group. What's another one?
Like the fine arts.
Fine arts, creative and scholarly work. I think I'm missing one. It starts with an I, or did someone say that? Internships. Someone said it.
Oh, someone said that.
Great. So I'll start off, and so we basically do a lot of work to engage students in high impact practices. I'm going to start by talking about our academic majors and our minors. So you all know now that liberal studies, or you should know now that it's officially moved over to College of Ed. And so we have interdisciplinary studies in 3 departments. Are there any IDS 3 majors in the room? Do you mind sharing what your 3 majors are? You 3 that raise your hand?
I'm economics, political administration, and political science.
Excellent, that sounds fun.
Nutrition, education, and counseling and society.
Excellent. Back there.
Biology, chemistry, and philosophy.
Are you pre-med?
Yeah.
Okay. So IDS 3, I think there's a misconception on campus that IDS 3 students are oftentimes forced into this major if they don't meet their GPA impaction criteria. That's actually a misconception. We're meeting more and more students who want to develop and have a thoughtful plan of creating a really cool major, taking courses out of 3 departments. So basically, IDS 3 is housed in our department. And then Paul Justice is the advisor for both. And then we also have Undeclared. Undeclared is a major code. So we have Undeclared. I used to be the advisor for Undeclared, but I'm happy that Paul has stepped up to do the advising. Students in the Weber's Honors College graduate with an interdisciplinary studies minor, and so I'll cover a little bit about that. So the Weber's Honors College, so the best thing to do for to get to learn about the Weber's Honors College is to go to their website. Application is now open. It's the priority registration or priority acceptance is or review is January 15th. Students can come in as first-time freshmen. And continuing students, so if you're a sophomore and you're interested, all of you, if you're a sophomore or a junior, if you have 2 years left, we encourage you to apply. And you can talk to the 3 ambassadors in the room that, or actually there was more than 3, that are in the Weber's Honors College. Continuing students just need to have a 3.2 GPA and you can apply. The focus is on interdisciplinary studies, so they have a study abroad requirement. They do take a lot of different courses, interdisciplinary courses that are super cool, and some of them are seminar classes, and you do have to engage and complete at least 1 high impact practice in addition to studying. So interdisciplinary studies major. So this is where students can design their own major. So we have some IDS 3 majors here that are studying some really cool curriculum. This is a really great major. I think it's the best kept secret on campus. I meet students all the time. and I always ask them what their career goals are. And oftentimes they're like, I'm not sure, or they have like one option. And I think as you're thinking about going through your studies, that you really should have multiple options. So you should always have like, what can you do with your major if you don't obtain your dream job right away? Like what would be a backup job? So this major is really cool because you can design your own major. We have a brochure that lists the different majors that you can participate in. Students, you have to be admitted as a first-time freshman, either undeclared or in a published major code. So transfer students can't apply to IDS 3. And let's see, Paul Justice again is the advisor. And he requires students to complete this podcast before they come see him to learn about this major. So we have that on the IDS 3 website, so if you want to check that out. And if you have questions at any time, just raise your hand. So Paul Justice is also the advisor for Undeclared. We have a handout that we're going to walk over tomorrow to your office. What we're doing now is that there are these student success workshops that Paul's hosting, and so undeclared students can also, they could come in and get advising with Paul, but there's also these student success workshops that are offered for any undeclared student. And actually, I think over 50% of the students end up changing their major. So these workshops are really open to any student. There's a lot of resources on the website. So anything from planning your spring schedule to the presentations that we presented at orientation. And then of course, how to book an appointment with Paul to see him as the advisor. This is what's happening in spring. So everything from understanding what AP is and being disqualified, how to get involved on campus. He's doing a workshop in February about how to engage in high impact practices. We're going to collaborate with career services, and then there's a reception for undeclared students who participate in all of these workshops. And there's going to be a ceremony, and they're going to be invited to be mentors to actually assist the ambassadors in helping the undeclared community. So the Compact Scholars Program. So raise your hand if you know what the Compact for Success program. What is Compact for Success? Anybody?
It's for the commuter students to offer like.
Commuter students, more specifically, yes, from? Yes, in the South Bay. Yes. Anybody here from South Bay? Okay, I'm a graduate I'm alum from Hilltop High, so I'm a Lancer. So they didn't have this great program when I was younger, but the Compact for Success students feed into the Compact Scholars Program. And the Compact Scholars Program, they do have their own team. And I just wanted to highlight that the commuter students from the Compact for Success program have their own academic advisor, and that's Mercedes. So, and they have all this information on the website as well. So the SAGE project, anybody taking classes and participating in SAGE in this group? No? Okay. You might want to think about it. So the SAGE project is a partnership with SDSU, and we partner up with a local government. It's really, really cool because it allows students to not only take courses in your major that count towards graduation, but then you can opt into participating in the SAGE project where you do meaningful service learning work in the community. So when this started in 2014, we partnered up with National City. So students who took classes and opted into participating in SAGE did hands-on projects in the community of National City. It was so successful that it garnered so much national attention that the students actually at the end of the semester, the academic year, they present their poster presentations at Montezuma Hall. And a lot of these students got hired right off from graduating. So we have a couple students that got hired by the mayor's office. In 2015-16, we partnered up with Santee, but we also partnered up with Tijuana. So students they redesigned 2 parks in TJ. And then this academic year, we partnered up with Lemon Grove. Anybody here from Lemon Grove or know that area? So Lemon Grove is not too far away. It's like 10 minutes away. And the students are partnered up with the city. They're doing projects that are basically going to help the environment and improve the environment in Lemon Grove. And that's pretty much the mission of what SAGE does. And so If you're looking to complete, service learning was another high impact practice that we didn't talk about. But service learning, this would count as service learning. So that's the STAGE project that's happening in undergraduate studies. Common experience, has anybody heard about common experience? Okay, so common experience is an initiative in DUS that basically every year we can come up with a contemporary theme. And then we partner up with faculty in all the different colleges. And they come up with a curriculum for that year. So whether it be seminars, lectures, it could be film, it could be something in the arts. And so last year our theme was energy. I think in 14, 15, I think it was water. And then this year it's movement. And so again, these are opportunities that you would learn at the college level or in your department. You'd probably get an email that invited you to a seminar or a lecture. And so this is how we're engaging students to actually, again, think more interdisciplinary. We're often known in undergraduate studies as an interdisciplinary college just because of the nature of our work. It cuts across all the different majors, all the different colleges, and we engage faculty from all the different disciplines. National scholarships and fellowships. How many of you have opted into our listserv? Anybody that gets our weekly emails? I think if you're the Weber's Honors College, you probably do. Okay. So the National Scholarships and Fellowships, I actually lead this, I don't like to call it an office because it's collaborative with the Weber's Honors College, we collaborate with the Study Abroad Office. But these are opportunities that fund that are different than what you apply for through financial aid. So how many of you apply to scholarships through financial aid? Raise your hand. Okay, so what did you have to do when you applied? Anybody? Just shout out.
Write an essay.
Write an essay. That was probably like 500 words. Anything else? Did you have to submit anything else? Maybe a letter, maybe a letter. Okay, most of them, it's very rare that you have to submit a letter, but most of them, all of them you have to submit an essay. So these opportunities, again, are housed in undergraduate studies, or we coordinate all of them. And there are additional funding to fund language study abroad, undergraduate research, if you want to do an independent project on campus with a faculty member. How many of you want to go to grad school? Okay. So a lot of opportunities, fellowships that will fund pre-doctoral study or master's level support. This money, if you're awarded it, really funds your professional development. It's money in your pocket. And again, lots of opportunities to fund study abroad. And then teaching English abroad as well. So national scholarships and fellowships are different than the funding in financial aid because these require you to prepare 3 to 6 months in advance, sometimes a year. So you don't just have to fill out a 500-word essay, and most students that I talk to, they're like, yeah, I uploaded it the night before, the day of. This requires a lot of engagement with faculty and mentorship. You typically need anywhere from 3 to 8 letters of recommendation, depending on the opportunity. And again, you have to have, I want to say you have to have some clear career goals on what you want to do, because again, these opportunities will fund you for activities that are going to help you meet your career objective. So we recommend that you Google SDSU National Scholarships. So I think all the ambassadors should get these opportunities every week. You can't promote them if you're not getting them yourself and you don't know about them. And for all of you, being an ambassador, this is a huge leadership role, right? So there's a lot of opportunities here that I think you would be excellent candidates for. So you yourself should be looking at these opportunities and putting yourself out there and applying. So if you Google SDC National Scholarships, we have this little box, and all you have to do is fill out the listserv. It's a short profile that asks you about your goals. It allows us to find out and determine how many students want to get a master's degree or a PhD, or how many of you want to engage in what type of high-impact activity. We have a digest that goes out every Monday that summarizes all the different fellowship opportunities that fund, again, all these different high-impact activities. So we hope that you will join. We also have a checkbox for ambassadors, so please check that off because we're kind of tracking like who's joining and then who's applying for opportunities. Honors Council. So is there anybody here engaged in any type of honor society? Okay, keep your hands up and you can just share, just name one, because I know some of you are